Oops. Move that out of the way, sorry. I'm going to make that full screen. Okay, this section is to do with your online profiles and how dangerous they are. Anything you publish online, people can use to get access to you. So you need to think carefully. What do you tell people, the world about you? This first page is an example of a Facebook type page. And you can see in here that he's got a list of universities he's been to. And that seems like quite normal, quite sensible things. But if it's in our general social area, what that leaves him open to is if someone wants to make contact and try and get further information from them, like eventually leading to, can you lend me money, or some of those sorts of scams. Having information about what universities you've been to and where you've worked before could give people information that allows them to either find out other people and therefore purport to be a friend of theirs. Oh yeah, I don't know if you remember me, but I was a friend of Jake's at Sunderland University, and I've got this amazing opportunity for you to join me in a business. And it leads up to the sort of scam where someone pays money to do a job at home, and effectively what you're paying the money that somebody's going to take. The job itself really isn't anything but apart from possibly an opportunity for you to now sell on the same idea. They're called pyramid schemes or multi-level marketing. So information on there could leave you open to people approaching you for that sort of scam. Or even just saying, oh yeah, I'm a friend of Jeff's, I'm lost and stuck in the middle of nowhere, somewhere in outer Mongolia, I need this money quickly, could you please send me some? Those sort of contacts. So that's what's on your actual page, and if you publish that to everybody, it can cause you problems. It's not only that that's a problem, it's what your friends do. You might not want people to know what you were doing, where, all the time. Yes, it looks nice that you've got this, but if there was some venue that you weren't supposed to be near, and your friend's gone and tagged you, you've now got that picture there, and people will search for you online when you go for jobs and things. And if your name comes up and they know that where you were, you really shouldn't have been, it makes an impact on you. So both of these are a problem. So tag it. What you need to think about is, for every device, every website you use, check the security settings. Facebook has the ability for you to reduce what information gets shared to your friends, what your friends are allowed to share about you. When they first introduced it, they had these things turned off, so many people were just left wide open, all their information was sent out, that it was actually quite insecure. Now, these two articles, there's links in the extra reading section, they talk about the effects that they can have on job prospects. In the future, people can, and it's regularly happening now, they search what's happening online about you. What have you posted in the past? What have you got here? And they will find out what's happening, and it can cost people their jobs. This guy, the Chick-fil-A example, he lost his job over lunchtime. So, in summary, to be careful about the coercion, grooming, blackmail, be careful what pictures and messages you post. That will stop people. That means people can't get the evidence to start this blackmailing process that we were just talking about in the previous section. Now, phishing is an idea that came from the idea of, what I call the grammar rule up there. A process where emails are sent out purporting to be from somebody who is of good intention and you would trust. And eventually they'll try and get access to your bank accounts, personal details, or just get you to give them money. And the reason they work is it's so cheap to send out an email. to millions and millions of places, yeah, most people will read it and go, this is a joke, what are you on about? But there are significant numbers of people out there who will fall for them. Well, it only takes one or two and you can get a few thousand out of them for the cost of sending an email to a couple of thousand people. That's nothing to a scammer. So the idea of phishing comes from something called phreaking and phishing, and putting the two together. Phreaking is something from the history books, and there's a space there. You can go and search for phreaking and find out what phreaking was about, how did it happen. It was quite funny. And the question is, what's the breakfast cereal that's involved in phreaking? There was a special thing about that one. Okay, so phishing impersonation, consider whether or not the information you share with people will allow a scammer to make out links when there aren't. To reduce both of these, turn on all profile filter settings as much as possible. You really don't want to be sharing information you don't need to. It's too much of a risk. Okay, so that's the end of the first part. Yeah, that's the end of the first part on this. We'll go on to a little bit more about phishing in a minute and other types of email scams to be careful of. So there.